Right, what's going on, my friends? So flexibility, that kind of little thing that like no one really wants to do because it doesn't look that fancy, right? But it's one of those where, the payoff is definitely worth it, If you do a lot of sitting in a day and like you've got tight shoulders, tight back, your hamstrings and hip flexors are tight as heck, right? Obviously, stretching out on a day-to-day basis is what's going to actually alleviate the pain, right? So you not only improve your flexibility, but you also improve your general mobility, you reduce your aches and pains in your joints, and all around just feel all around better, improve your posture, and to some extent, you may even feel half your age again, right? So if there's something you'd be interested in, then honestly make sure to continue watching this video, so I'm going to go through 3 stretches you can do every day to ultimately just feel better in your day-to-day life. Right, so the first exercise we're going to go over is the passive hang, right? It's basically just hanging, hanging overhead. It does absolutely wonders for actually like improving your shoulder mobility overhead, of course, but also you're going to stretch out, the pecs and the shoulders that get really tight with like all the sitting we do, and you're going to mobilize and strengthen, the shoulders and the back, and also, get that thoracic spine more active, which is typically very inactive when we spend so much time sitting around and forward, right? So really the form cues for the passive hang is actually pretty simple, right? You're going to grab a bar, shoulder width apart, palms pronated, so palms facing away from you, right, like you would do with pull-ups, and simply you're just going to hang out there and just chill, right? But you don't just want to chill, you actually want to make sure your body is active, right? A common mistake that is pretty easy to make if you're not actually aware of it is just hanging with your back arched, right, in an anterior pelvic tilt. Whereas what you actually want to do with this stretch is actually rotate the hips into a posterior pelvic tilt by engaging the glutes and engaging the core, right? You'll notice like instantly when you actually do this, you're actually going to feel a much greater stretch in the shoulders, the back and the chest as a whole, which is ultimately what we want in order to actually get the best from the stretch in this exercise, right? And good recommendation with the stretch is 30 to 60 seconds. If you're starting out with this and you feel that 30 to 60 seconds is quite intense, you can actually like put your feet on the floor or put your feet on a chair to provide some assistance, right? Or if you actually just want to like move about in the hang, you can actually go from a passive hang to an active hang where you retract and depress the scapula and literally just go from one motion to another, which again will mobilize your shoulders and your all-round flexibility and mobility even further. Now after the passive hang, the second exercise we're going to cover is the Spiderman lunge with reach. Now, oh my days. This is an absolute game changer, right? Most of us, we got very tight hip flexors, we got very, inactive glutes, we got a weak thoracic spine, our shoulders are stiff and our chest is stiff, as I've spoken already. This literally fixes everything. If you've got knee aches, ankle aches, shoulder aches, like literally this exercise, it's like, it just does it all, right? It's absolutely amazing. So with this exercise, we're gonna start, as it's unilateral exercise, we're gonna start with one foot in front of us and the other leg behind us, right? And what we're gonna do is that, as an example, if one leg is forward, we're going to use the opposing arm to be beside it, right? And we're simply going to make sure that we're going to engage our glutes, right? So the back leg is relatively straight. We're simply going to extend and rotate up, right? So the other arm is actually facing upwards, and we simply look up towards the hand and the ceiling or the sky, wherever you're doing this exercise, and just feel the lovely sensational stretch you're going to feel in your entire body, from literally the top of your spine all the way down to your damn calves and ankles. It's just absolutely amazing. Again, I recommend 30 to 60 seconds on one side, and then make sure to do the other side for equal hold time, right, for the same duration. As I said just a few moments ago, you want to make sure that the glute is actually active, because if it's not, then obviously the back leg is going to be bent towards the floor, which we don't want. We want it to be relatively straight to actually get the stretch in the hip flex and the glutes and the hamstrings. And as well as that, you want to make sure with the arm that is raised up, you want to make sure that the shoulder is externally rotated. If it's internally rotated, right, you don't want to do that. You want to make sure it's externally rotated so you can actually get the stretch in the shoulders, the chest, and even a bit of the bicep as well, which is what we're after, because it'll also help stretch out and mobilize the rotator cuff, which of course is gonna, make the shoulders far less prone to injury. Last point I want to cover is that with the arm that is on the floor, you want to make sure that is protracted and depressed. So basically you want to think of pressing away down into the ground rather than just like letting the shoulder sink up towards your ears. Otherwise we're not going to get the benefits from the exercise. And if you actually want to move about in this exercise, do more of like a dynamic movement of this rather than just an isometric based stretch for a duration of like 36 seconds, you can actually check out the card here. I do have another tutorial on this channel that covers the Spiderman lunge with reach in greater detail, because again, it's just such a damn good exercise. Lastly, we're going to cover the downward dog stretch. Now again, like the other two, it's going to stretch out the tight muscles in the front, particularly in the upper body, the front delts quads, which is also known as the, anterior deltoid, as well as the pecs, the pec minor, the pec major, all the muscles in the chest. And again, you're just going to feel that really nice contraction in the upper back, the thoracic spine, all that good stuff. So again, you're simply going to start on the floor, right? Pretty simple, hands on the floor, shoulder width or just outside shoulder width apart. From there, you're simply going to extend back and really actually think of pressing tall through your shoulders, right? So that's known as like scapular elevation. So you want to feel as if like the shoulders are coming closer towards your ears to really feel that stretch in the shoulders, the back, and the chest as a whole. And like the other two stretches, 30 to 60 seconds is a good rule of thumb. I can understand when I first started this exercise, right? Like I said, growing up playing football, my hamstrings were stiff as a board, right? So literally even doing this was like just unbearable, right? It was actually somewhat painful because I was lat immobile, right, and inflexible. So what you can do instead is that you can actually just bring your knees on the floor, so your legs are on the floor, and let's just focus on the openness of the shoulders and the chest. And then from there, like I said, you go back into that position. And if you actually want to progress this and actually really take this up a notch and actually feel a lovely, sensational stretch in the hamstrings and calves, you can actually focus on making your heel touch the ground and straightening your knees out, right? Again, that's going to really stretch out the hamstrings and calves and just, again, make day-to-day life so much easier. Last point, again, if you just don't want to be there kind of like a mannequin, just stretching, you can actually move about, do some like joint articulations through the shoulders, like just move about side to side, rotate back and forth, feel which sides are tight. Like I said, for me, when first doing this, my whole body was basically tight, right? Stiff as a board. So again, feel those areas that are mainly more tight, and you can, focus more on like staying in those positions for an extra few seconds. And again, you do that for like 30, 60 seconds as a whole. If you would rather, move about in the stretch rather than just stay in one position, right? And here's the thing, if you are doing these stretches and you feel somewhat intimidated with like how much they damn stretch your body, then I honestly understand that, right? Obviously growing up playing sports and football and obviously focusing on weightlifting when I go into fitness without any focus on my overall mobility and posture, obviously like this was really damn hard for me, right? I remember doing squats with knee sleeves because my knees hurt so much, and every time I do bench press, like I had to wear wrist straps because my wrist just hurt so much. But really, if you just take care of yourself on a day-to-day basis, again, you're gonna alleviate that tightness, alleviate that pain. So you can actually not only make your workouts more enjoyable by being pain-free, right? But also, like, again, that's going to improve your performance, your strength and muscle gains. But also, again, it's like if you can just go around like day-to-day life, just walk around with tall posture, just feel freaking awesome and actually not worry about, having to bend down and have chronic back pain, right? It just makes yourself feel so much better, and again, just improves the quality of your life as a whole, right? And like I said, if you are looking for some guidance, support, and accountability to, more so focus on improving your mobility and flexibility while actually getting in the best shape of your life without having to go to an overcrowded gym, then of course I do provide one-on-one coaching to help you actually support those specific goals and achieve that. So if that is something you would be interested in, you can check out the first link, pretty sure it'll be the first link in the description below, or I'll link up something up here with my website to learn more and book a free coaching call with me to see if we'd be great fit to work together. And yeah, that's that is about that, right? If you enjoyed this video, you like my content, you enjoyed watching every single minute and every single second of this video, make sure to give this video a thumbs up and comment down below if you'd be interested in more mobility, flexibility, and posture-based videos in the future. Again, I've made some in the past, which got a great response, and because it's something I struggled with a lot in the past, right? For all my past injuries, from a twisted pelvis to tennis elbow, make sure to let me know, because I love making videos like this to support people like you with actually, getting over these obstacles to actually live your best life as a whole, right? So yeah, I mean, if you watch this video and that subscribe button doesn't say subscribed, make sure to flip that around now, my friend. Subscribe to the channel now and turn on post notifications, because of course, every Monday and Thursday I make new videos specifically for people like you, my friend, to get stronger, build muscle, lose fat, and improve your mobility and posture with calisthenics, bodyweight, and at-home based routines, right? So yeah, again, thanks so much for watching, and with that said, I'll see you in the next video. So make sure that you stay tuned, turn on your post notifications, and yeah, keep moving forward.